Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we living. With the NBA Finals now over, we are officially in the NBA off season, and we are going to start our NBA Mount Rushmore series. I've previously done MLB and NFL Mount Rushmore series. In these, I attempt to name the 4 best players in franchise history as a subjective list. Let me know at the end if you agree or disagree. These lists were very challenging, but I'm excited to begin. I'm going to do one team each day in alphabetical order. So today we are starting with the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks have been a franchise since the 1949-50 season. For 2 seasons, they were known as the Tri-Cities Blackhawks. From 51-52 to 54-55, the Milwaukee Hawks. From 55-56 until 67-68, the St. Louis Hawks. And from 68-69 on, they have been known as the Atlanta Hawks. They have won 1 championship in franchise history that came back in the 1957-58 season. They also made it 3 other times in a 5-year span, part of those St. Louis Hawks teams. So again, I'm looking only at the players' accolades, stats, numbers with the team I am doing. While the Hawks weren't part of the ABA, when I do teams that were featured in the ABA as well, I am not including how players did in the ABA. I'm only looking at their NBA numbers. So let's get into it. I've been looking forward to doing this. I'll be naming the players in alphabetical order by last name. They are not ranked. I will be also naming a bunch of honorable mentions at the end of each team. So for the Hawks, we will start with Cliff Hagen. Cliff Hagen was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1978. Played 10 seasons for the Hawks, all with St. Louis, from 56-57 to 65-66. He was named to 5 straight All-Star teams from 57-58 to 61-62. In those 5 seasons, he put up per-game averages of 22.7 points, 9.8 rebounds, 4 assists. Overall, with the Hawks, averages of 18 points, 6.9 rebounds, and 3 assists. He performed excellent in the NBA Finals, where the Hawks were one of the few teams to actually dethrone the Boston Celtics in the finals that year. He posted averages of 25.2 points and 9.7 rebounds in the 6-game series. He was twice an All-NBA second-team member, had 2 top 10 MVP finishes. Cliff Hagen is the first guy on the Atlanta Hawks and their other iterations Mount Rushmore. The next guy on the Hawks Mount Rushmore is Lou Hudson. Lou Hudson was finally inducted into the Hall of Fame just this year. Unfortunately, posthumously, he passed away in 2014. Hudson played the first 11 seasons of his career with the Hawks, first 2 with St. Louis, last 9 with Atlanta. In his time with the Hawks, he posted per-game averages of 22 points, 4.9 rebounds, 2.9 assists, and 1.7 steals. Hudson was named an All-Star 6 straight seasons from the 68-69 to 73-74 seasons. In those 6 seasons, he put up stellar averages of 25.2 points, 5.5 rebounds, 3.4 assists, and 2.5 steals, although steals were only considered a stat in the last of those 5 seasons. But altogether, Lou Hudson was an excellent scorer. He averaged over 20 points a game for 7 straight seasons, all with Atlanta. Excellent scorer in his time. Was an All-NBA second-team member in the 1969-70 season. That season, he also finished 7th in MVP voting. Lou Hudson, the second member of the Hawks Mount Rushmore and a recent Hall of Fame inductee. Next, we have one of the great players from the early days of the NBA. That is Bob Pettitt. Pettitt was inducted to the Hall of Fame in 1971. Played his entire 11-season career with the Hawks. The first season was 1954-55 when they were known as the Milwaukee Hawks. The following 10 seasons, he was a member of the St. Louis Hawks, was a member of their championship-winning team in 57-58. Just an excellent player. Twice was a scoring champion, 55-56 when he averaged 25.7 points, and 58-59 when he averaged 29.2 points per contest. Both those seasons, he was MVP. He also finished twice in voting, 2 times, third in voting once, fourth in voting 3 times, and 6th in voting once. So consistently known as one of the league's best players. Altogether, in his tenure in the NBA, averages 26.4 points, 16.2 rebounds, and 3 assists. For his career, his 26.4 points per game are the 8th and most in NBA history, and his 16.2 rebounds per game are the 3rd most in NBA history. Bob Pettitt, obvious choice for the Hawks Mount Rushmore. The final member of the Hawks Mount Rushmore and the most recent to play in the NBA of the 4 games, Dominique Wilkins. Human highlight film, a very fitting nickname for one of the best slam dunkers in NBA history. But don't get me wrong, that wasn't all he could do. He was an elite scorer who played for the Hawks from 1982-83 until the 93-94 season. Each of his last 9 years with Atlanta, he was named to the All-Star team. In 85-86, he was the scoring champ, averaging 30.3 points per game. That season, he also finished runner-up in MVP voting. In 87-88, he also averaged 30.7 points per game. But for 9 straight seasons, from 85-86 to 93-94, he averaged at least 25.9 points per game. Altogether with the Hawks, he posted per-game averages of 26.4 points, 6.9 rebounds, 2.6 assists, and 1.4 steals. Just an incredible score. Was named to the NBA's 75th anniversary team. Also was an All-NBA first-team member once, All-NBA second team 4 times, and All-NBA third team twice. The human highlight film, Dominique Wilkins, another obvious choice for the Hawks Mount Rushmore. So there you have it. The first Mount Rushmore is done. 1 team down, 29 left. So again, in alphabetical order by last name, the Hawks Mount Rushmore: Cliff Hagen, Lou Hudson, Bob Pettitt, Dominique Wilkins. As I mentioned, I'll name some honorable mentions. A guy I really thought long and hard about putting on, and I think will get on probably in, we'll say, maybe 2-3 years. Trae Young, almost put him on, couldn't quite do it though. 4 Hall of Famers are on. Trae Young just needs to play a little bit longer, but I fully expect him to be on here if I revisit this in the near future. Other honorable mentions include Joe Johnson, Zelmo Beatty, John Drew, Kevin Willis, Al Horford, Josh Smith, Lenny Wilkins, Dikembe Mutombo, Pistol Pete Maravich, and Dan Roundfield. So let me know in the comments, guys, do you agree with my Hawks Mount Rushmore? Do you think these are the 4 best players in franchise history? Let me know in the comments if you agree, disagree. Again, these are all subjective. They aren't easy, but I have a lot of fun doing them, and I make sure I do enough research where I could be confident in the 4 guys I chose. As I mentioned, going in alphabetical order by team name. Tomorrow is the team that lost in the NBA Finals just yesterday, but the Boston Celtics are one of the most storied franchises in NBA history, so they're going to have quite the historic Mount Rushmore. I'll power rank them at the end as well, and the Celtics will probably be near the top. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.